Welcome to YMCA 360. I'm Efren, your swim instructor, and this is our school-age Learn to Swim series, where we teach you how to teach your child how to swim. This is episode 2, where we learn about blowing bubbles and submersion. Let's dive in. Hello and welcome to the pool. I'm here with Julian, and before we get inside the water, what do we always do? We ask for permission. And when we practice in the water, it's great not to use a personal flotation device so your child can understand how to interact with the water. Remember in episode 1, we went over water acclimation, your child getting comfortable in the water, especially with water on their eyes and their face and in their ears. And now today we're gonna be going over blowing bubbles and submerging. So let's get started.
Yeah, let's get started.
Yeah, so what do we do before we get in?
Ask for permission.
So can you say, Coach Efren, can I get in the water?
Coach Efren, can I get in the water?
Yes, you can. Let's do a 1, 2, 3 jump. 1, 2, 3, jump! Woo! Very good job. So for today's benchmark skill, it's blowing bubbles. And for this skill, you want to make sure that your child can blow bubbles underneath the water. This is training them to exhale. So we're going to go ahead and get started with just taking them out. Remembering a few things. So our hand positioning should always be positioned under their armpits. And remember, we keep a light touch, and you're going to be blowing bubbles right in front of your child's face, making loud noises, making sure that they're emulating you as you're practicing this skill with them. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. First, let's see some bubbles on top of the water.
Okay.
Just blowing the water like this.
Okay.
Let me see. Both of us, 3, 2, 1. Great job. So that's a great beginner level to blow bubbles on top of the water. As your child gets more advanced, you can start going inside the water. Let's get our eyes in the water and blow bubbles as loud as we can. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Let's do one more. Good job.
I don't see.
Last one. Great job.
Okay.
So as your child gets more advanced with blowing bubbles in the water, you can start on the surface and then slowly take them under the water. For your hands, make sure that you're placing both of your hands on their hands or under their armpits. And as they get more advanced, you can go to a single hand and even just slightly letting them go. So we're gonna do a couple bubble blowing games right now, and one that I really like to do is called Charge Your Rocket. You ready to play a game?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is your rocket ship.
Okay. This is
So we have a
rocket.
kickboard, it's our rocket ship. Let's put both of your hands, one right here, one up here, look, one right here, and one right here. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So to charge your rocket, you gotta blow some bubbles.
Okay.
So charge it up.
Okay.
Blow bubbles right here. 1, 2, 3. All right, your rocket's got a lot of gas. You ready? We're about to take off. 1, 2, 3. Oh, your rocket's out of gas. You gotta blow more bubbles. One more, one more. Great job. We're gonna take off. Great job. So blowing bubbles is a really important skill, and that's gonna transition into exhaling while we submerge. It's really great to always make it a game, make sure they're having fun. Was that a fun game?
Yeah.
All right, well let's
Flew.
You flew?
Yeah.
Yeah, you flew pretty high. Next we have another benchmark skill, and it's submerging. The goal of this benchmark skill is for your child to submerge and exhale underwater, resurface, make a safe inhale, and then submerge once again. So you ready to go underwater?
Yes.
All right. So remember, hand positioning under the armpits. You can get started with blowing some bubbles at first. Let's blow bubbles real quick. You see Julian's pretty comfortable, so we're gonna go ahead and try to go for a full submerge. Remember to be honest with your child. Don't ever dunk them inside the water. You want to make sure that you have a good level of trust with them, okay? You ready? We're going to go all the way under, okay?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, bubbles. Whoa, good job. One more time?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Julian's super excited. So as you saw when I went under the water, I made sure to look and make eye contact with Julian. I took a breath in the same time that he did, and then I also kind of cued him that we were gonna blow our bubbles in the water. So that's really good. Try to engage your children on all those sensory levels when you're doing a new skill like this. All right, you ready to do one more?
Yeah.
And I'm only gonna hold one of your hands this time, okay? All right, ready? Only one hand. 1, 2, 3. Good job. Can you hold on the wall and do it by yourself now? And we'll both go looking at each other underwater.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Good job. You stayed underwater longer than I did.
Yeah, because I'm a fast boy.
Yeah, you are a fast boy. So a tip to remember is that if your child's first submerging underwater, don't submerge them for so many times during a single session. And also to make sure you give them immediate positive reinforcement. So even if they come out of the water, they're crying a little or a little bit nervous, you never want to coddle them and say like, it's okay. You always want to give high level enforcement, make sure you're smiling and keep everything positive. You had fun?
Yeah.
You went under the water by yourself? Yeah, you did a great job. So lastly, we're gonna talk about some common challenges. So one challenge is if your child doesn't like getting water in their face or eyes, then remember to always make things fun, make it a game, and try to stay positive and smile, and take it slow. You need to make sure to be patient as a parent. You know, swimming's a sport, and every child's gonna respond differently inside of the water. You know, not everybody's gonna be super excited like Julian, but take your time and be patient. The next common challenge is if your child's trying to inhale inside the water. And if your child's inhaling in the water, that's a sign that they just don't understand they need to blow bubbles. So as you go into the water, like I was doing earlier in the video, make sure they're seeing you take a big breath in, make your sounds really loud and exaggerated, like we're taking a breath, and then let them know that when we're in the water, we blow bubbles and they can see you doing that, okay? I hope these tips were helpful. Thanks for joining us in our Learn to Swim series. We know that you and your child are gonna have a great time in the water.
Did you know
That you should always designate a water watcher when you go to any kind of body of water. Designating a water watcher is super important. A water watcher is somebody that watches the water, is not on their cell phone, and is responsible for all the children inside of the pool.
Yeah, like those chairs. Those are the water watchers' chairs.
Yeah, like lifeguards are water watchers. So we're so happy that you're taking time with us to learn how to prevent drownings, and we're gonna see you again in our next episode where we learn about the backflip.
Oh, you're still here? Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye, guys.
By using this content, you represent that you understand that this is not an official swim lesson and children must have a guardian present while in the water. You understand that it is your responsibility to judge your physical and mental capabilities for such activities. It is your responsibility to ensure that by participating in this video from the YMCA, you will not exceed your limits while performing such activity, and you will select the appropriate level of classes for your child's skills and abilities, as well as for any mental or physical conditions and or limitations you have. You expressly waive and release any claim that you may have at any time for injury of any kind arising out of your participation in a YMCA program or use of a YMCA facility against the YMCA or any person or entity involved with the YMCA, including without limitation its directors, principals, instructors, independent contractors, employees, agents, contractors, affiliates, and representatives.